Here we go. In the name of my ancestors, here we go. Peace forever and always. Let me get rid of my second voice. In the name. Okay, we back in business. Again, in the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Some of y'all still call the World Wide Web. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the Mighty One, Angel Number 7, your soul brother number 1. And that's it. I'm going to stop using my name. I'm Angel Number 7. You know who I am. You know what my name is. So, Angel Number 7, it is. Now, please bear with me. Very fatigued, very tired. But I have the time, and tomorrow is never promised to us. So we should take advantage of that time instead of waiting for tomorrow, because again, that's not promised to us. So it seems as though I don't feel like I'm going to die right now. I think I have enough time to make this video. It might be my last. Tomorrow is not promised. And I can accept that. Some of us cannot accept the fact that we may not be here tomorrow. We fear that we will not be here tomorrow. So we do not try to prepare for the day that we are no longer here, because we don't like thinking about us not being here. But unfortunately, that's our reality. Whether you like it or not, whether you are rich or poor, or perhaps you're an infant, whether you are Caucasian or whether you are a soul brother and sister, no matter, it don't make no difference. That is the reality that we live in. So some of us don't like that, the thought of those things. So we make up stories. Well, you know, brother, you don't really die. The flesh dies, but you turn into energy and you do all this fantastical stuff after you die. I don't know where y'all getting this information from. Nobody that has died, to my knowledge, has come back to tell us what happened. So I don't know where you're getting this information. You turn into energy and all this other stuff. And I've seen so many people try to describe death. How do you, where's this stuff coming from? Your imagination, because we don't want to think about the time when this no longer exists. So we want to try to live beyond that time. And as far as I know, no one has done that. I can accept things the way they are. I don't know what was going on prior to my birth. Do you? Where was you 5,000 years ago? None of us existed. So where was you? If you was energy, you don't know nothing about it. If you was energy flying around, whatever, looking to jump into a sperm or whatever, we don't know nothing about that existence. We were not conscious. So we go from being unconscious to conscious in this life, and then clearly we return back to the unconscious, whatever that may be. I could care less. I can accept the reality of things. I don't have to fabricate stories, make-believe crap, get on a ship and go come from Krypton. I don't need all that. I can accept things just the way they are. don't bother me at all. Whether it sounds good, whether it sounds bad, makes me no difference. But now we have a subject here, and the subject, well, it's sort of tricky, because I know that there are those who will not like my conclusion. There are those, after listening to this subject, after hearing my conclusion, you might call me Uncle Tom, a coon, you know, all these childish things that y'all come up with. But at the same time, you will not be able to refute that conclusion. You won't be able to do that. The best thing that you will be able to do is, you're a coon, you're a sellout, you're a traitor, silly stuff like that. I must remind you of something. I must remind you that I came from the same place that many of you come from. I was a believer in Jesus Christ. I was taught to believe in Jesus as a child, like many of us started off with. Nowadays, many of you never was a Christian to begin with. But back in the day, the majority of us started off as Christians. We was Baptists, we was Catholic, Jehovah's Witnesses, etc., etc., etc. Then later on, I was introduced to Islam, converted to Islam under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I was exposed to the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Hebrew Israelite nation, Nubians, Kemetic teachings, and various other different belief systems that many of us call now, you know, black scholarship, black power type teachings. So I come from the same place that you come from. I used to holler, black power, family, black power, in the meetings, black power. I'm a proud African. Did the same things that you do. But something changed me. And for some of you, I was changed. I have changed for the worst. What changed me was when all this wisdom, all my belief, everything that I was taught was put to the test when I was incarcerated. And I suffered an unjust incarceration for 10 years. And my belief, my own personal strength was tested during that period of time. And so I had all this wisdom, all this knowledge, the supreme wisdom, knowledge, and understanding under my belt. I'm going to be fine. I have Allah, the great God Allah. I got all the power backing me because I know I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I know I'm a good servant of God. I know this. So, being incarcerated, I know God is going to help me. And I know I have the supreme wisdom, all this black power teachings and stuff that I've learned over the years. What I'm facing ain't nothing compared to what I am. But that incarceration brought me a reality check, real quick. I waited on Allah. And Allah never showed up. I even returned back to Jesus. I reached out to the heavens, any God that can help me out of this. I swear my allegiance to you, God. None, zero, none of the gods came to my aid. None. So I got a reality check because I was living in delusions. I was living and taught fairy tales like many of you. You live in fairy tales and you live in la la land. You live in delusions. You think your delusions is real. You think that your thinking process is real, filled with fantasy and delusion. Because of incarceration, I got a reality check. And I was shown very quick that everything that I was taught that I believed was the supreme wisdom ain't nothing. It's not real. Matter of fact, it made the diagnosis that I was given as some crazy person, my belief in gods and this religion and black power stuff, it made my situation worse. That's what it done. He thinks he's Martin Luther King Jr. He thinks he's Elijah Muhammad. It made things worse. Quoted from the Bible. He thinks he's Jesus. Made things worse. Quoting from the Bible and the Quran. These people didn't give a damn about the Bible. They don't care nothing about no Quran. They don't care nothing about none of that stuff I was talking about. Ain't impressed. You better sit your butt down. You hope we don't get this order to pump you up with some medication. And so I got a reality check. And you will get a reality check. This brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, is getting a reality check. All of you, sooner or later, you're going to get a reality check. And all your wisdom, all this stuff that you teach, you're going to find out it ain't about nothing. You see these Moors all the time. I'm a Moorish national. I have the right to do this. And the police put the handcuffs on them or whatever, take them to jail. They don't care nothing about your Moorish sovereignty, all that crazy stuff that we get taught. They go to jail. They get a stick and beat them upside the head. Matter of fact, they beat you Moorish than usual. That's what they do. Don't care nothing about all this black power teaching stuff that we all believe in. It's fantasy stuff. It's not real. It does not and will not help you in a real situation, only in fantasy. And this is a proven fact. It's a fact. So your best bet is to go to a debate, go to a lecture, because that's the only power your teachings will have. It mean anything. In the real world, it means nothing. Nobody is impressed by your supreme wisdom and what you think that you know. Your reality check will be coming soon. Believe that. I got my reality check. That's why I am the way that I am now. Those things that I was taught, fantasy and delusions. There was a movie, and many of you probably have seen it, called the Karate Kid. Karate Kid, starring Ralph Macchio back in the day. I think it was made in the 80s. Then we have an up-to-date version with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith. Actually, I like Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith did a real good job on the Karate Kid. I give it to him. I don't know who taught him the martial arts part of the movie. They did a good job with him. Excellent. Excellent. But there's a scene in the Karate Kid, whether it's Ralph Macchio or Jaden Smith, there's a scene where the teacher takes the student, supposed to be teaching that student martial arts, and he's making him wash cars, paint fences. And so Jaden Smith, or Ralph Macchio, the actor who's playing the student, you know, he starts to trip. I'm supposed to be here to learn karate, martial arts. This man got me washing his cars, got me painting his fence. This dude is tripping. So it got to the point where the student went to the teacher because he got fed up. You know, he got fed up with this. And he like, hey man, you're supposed to be teaching me martial arts. The only thing I'm doing is your yard work. I'm washing your cars, painting fences and stuff. When I'm going to learn martial arts? And the teacher smiled. He said, what is the movement that you do as you wash the car? Wash on, wipe off. Wash on, wipe off. What is the movement that you do as you paint the fence? And the teacher showed him that those movements show he was learning how to block and counter punches. Those movements was part of martial arts, but the student didn't realize he was learning martial arts. The only thing the student knew, I'm painting the fence, and that goes to show you the wisdom of the teacher. Sometimes we do things and we cannot comprehend because it's above our understanding. But when you have a good teacher, their intent is to make you a good pupil, to make you better, make you good. But it's outside of your being able to comprehend. You was learning martial arts all the time. You didn't know it. You just thought that you was painting a fence, washing cars. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because that's how it is when you're looking at proper leadership. I just want to touch on this before I get into the main topic. When we're looking at proper leadership, you have a delusional, unrealistic view of what leadership should and should not do. First of all, you think you're supposed to like the leader. That's not necessarily so. I mean, it's good if you like the leader. That's a nice thing. But when you come into leadership position, a leader sometimes have to do things you may not like on your job. The leadership on your job, of course, I mean, they want to see you happy. They want their employees happy. But sometimes leadership have to do things that you may not like. Tell you to do something that you don't understand, but it's important for the job, but you don't understand what they're doing. So what I'm saying is that under competent leadership, you must expect something that you might like, but you must also understand that there might be something that you don't understand, that you cannot comprehend, but the leader knows exactly what they're doing. Just because you don't understand what's going on, don't make the leader wrong. Don't make the teacher wrong because you cannot comprehend. So we keep talking about leadership. And when we talk about leadership, what you really are saying is you want somebody to babyfy you. You want somebody to coddle you, tell you how great you are, how beautiful you are. You the original man, the Asiatic black man. You the greatest in the world. But you have not done nothing original. You don't create, you don't produce nothing, but that makes you feel good. Oh, Jesus loves you. And you're going to go to heaven. You want somebody to feed that infant side of you. You are an adult, you are grown. You're supposed to be able to comprehend and understand what your leaders are trying to do. Some leaders are corrupt. Some leaders are incompetent. However, under good leadership, you still have to face things that you may not understand. I don't care if you like me or not. I'm doing things that is in the best interest of us. Just like in your family, your children see you do things. Hey, why mom and daddy doing that? They don't understand what mom and daddy is. It's not for them to understand, but you are the leaders of that house. The children tripping. Why are they doing this? And how? See, leadership. As the children grow older, they will begin to understand, oh, that's why mom and daddy did that. But right now, they don't understand. So you are in a position where you really don't understand the situation that you're in at all, period. Most of you have never had to deal with the white man. So if you never had to deal really with the white man, you have no experience dealing with these people. The only thing you know how to do is run your mouth. You really don't actually know how to deal with these folks at all, period. How can you tell me that I could not make a good leader when I have 10 years of experience dealing with these bastards? And I was able to free myself from out of their control using their own law. I know how to fight these bastards. I know how they think. I lived with this mentality for 10 years. Umar Johnson, he talks about these folks, but he never had to deal with them and fight them. It's a whole different ball game. Now he's going to find out he's not as smart, not as great as he thought he was dealing with these people. It's a whole new ball game. Especially when you go to jail, when you become incarcerated. It's a whole new ball game. Y'all don't know nothing about that. You play on YouTube, you play on Facebook, you play. That's all you do all day. Y'all play, you're adults. And you play on Facebook and other Twitter and Instagram. You go to jail, all that's over with. There is no more Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff. All that's over with. No more trying to be eat organic. All those things are over. When you become in a struggle, when you're trying to fight for your liberation, you have to understand that there must be sacrifices and there's suffering and even there is death. And you must be prepared to do that. If you're not, shut your damn mouth and just be a comfortable slave, because that's what most of you really are anyway. That's why most folks don't mess with me, because they know that I know you ain't nothing but a comfortable slave perpetrating a fraud. That's not what's happening here. I understand. And the late and great, the Honorable Malcolm X understood the reality of struggle. That's why he separated religion from the struggle. He had two organizations, one strictly for the religious side to worship God, and the other for the struggle. That's why he separated. You cannot put religion into struggle, because religion causes us to be docile. That's why the Nation of Islam is not effective, because the religion makes you docile, makes you depend on a God that ain't never going to come and do a damn thing for you. If you don't do it for yourself, it's not going to get done. That's just point blank. I've never heard in history where some God actually came and helped anybody. There was no God that helped these crackers in the Civil War or the Revolutionary War. It was up to them, their heart, their soul, their tenacity, their will to even die for their cause. No God showed up. You can give the credit if you want to. I'm not going to give credit to something that didn't help me. I'm not going to do that. Y'all can do that. Give credit after you suffer, after you get hurt. You're going to give the credit to some mysterious whatever. So Malcolm separated the struggle from religion. I want to tell us some things But you know, you really can't tell or say certain things when your enemy can hear what you're talking about. Because when your enemy knows what you're talking about, knowing what you plan, then they can counter what you're going to do. So it's not good. When I was locked up, I did not run around telling people what I'm planning to do. The only thing they knew is it was done, and it wasn't good for them. Believe that. It's not good letting your enemy know. But sometimes you try to tell your plan or try to give soul brothers and sisters an idea of where you're coming from, and you say a little bit. But they're going to reject it anyway because y'all live in delusions and la-la land. Oh, that ain't gonna work. How do you know? You never tried it. How do I know potatoes don't taste good unless I taste the potatoes or the apple or the lasagna or whatever it is? How do I know? You don't even try. Well, it looks nasty. You're going by looks. A lot of things that look nasty is good for you. You can't go by looks. But that's how we do things. We like to go by how things sound, how things, make us feel good. You're going to get enough of that. Like I'm telling you, a reality check is coming to y'all real soon. Probably sooner than you think. Under President Trump. You're going to find out all your supreme wisdom, all that stuff that y'all talk, you foam at the mouth about, you're going to find out it's don't have no power at all. And it may be too late. You might find yourself sliding down into a mass grave with your children, with your husband, with your wife, with your dog Spot, all of you going down into a mass grave. Keep playing. You think these people playing with you. You think this is a game. This is not a game. It's not a game. You are going to get a reality check. I know I got mine. And through the whole 10 years I was getting mine, they was telling me in my face, you gonna die here. Death is the end of you, buddy boy. So keep playing with these people. But if you had competent leadership would do everything they can under their power to avoid loss of life and suffering and all this type of stuff. But when you're in struggle, you have to do what you have to do. When I was incarcerated, I had to do what I had to do. I denied myself many things in order to achieve my goal. I had to suffer a lot. You just don't. I can't even begin to describe the suffering, the humiliation that I suffered. I can't even begin to describe. I can't even do that. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, really. So the main topic that I want to speak about, and again, you will keep that same delusional mindset and go ahead. You can keep it. That's all right. All right. I applaud your choice. You will pay a great consequence. Your mindset must change, because if it don't, you are in for a very rude awakening, my friend. You're going to get, again, that reality check. Playing games. These people don't play games. They out for blood. Believe that. The main topic that I want to speak about is simply Can you trust good white people? Can you trust good pink or Caucasian people? Good. People is the noun. Good is the verb. Verb describes the noun, correct? So we're not talking about the racist. We're not talking about the racist. We're talking about the good white people. Well, some of you may say, there ain't no good white people. Well, let's see. Let's see that. I'm going to use myself as an example, my situation. I want to make something very, very clear. I do not advocate interracial dating, swirling. I don't advocate that at all. If the time was right, a different situation, it's all good. This is not the time. This is not the situation for it. Because the people that's involved, we was brought together by an unnatural circumstance, and that unnatural circumstance is called slavery. It was not a mutual agreement by the two parties. And we who are soul people, we have been taught and conditioned to hate ourselves. So we have no love for one another. How does it look for us to love others when we have yet to love ourselves? So this swirling, and not only are we swirling, we're swirling with the sons and the daughters, the people that cause our situation or benefit from our situation, who really are the enemy. It don't make any sense. That's unnatural. Why would you, if you want to swirl with somebody else? There is no time in history where dark-skinned people went looking for romance, chasing Europeans. It did not happen. There was no people in Africa or on this continent, wow, there go some Caucasian people. I think I want to jump into bed with them. That's not what happened. The Caucasian, the Europeans forced themselves on dark-skinned people. It's an unnatural relationship. So no, I do not advocate swirling. No, I don't do that. So don't go out and tell lies on me. Angel Snubbed Up 7, he want him a white woman. Don't tell that lie. I don't advocate that, never have, and will not during my time on this planet. Not going to happen. But I want to tell us or give us something to think about if we wish to be like the wise teacher that taught the Karate Kid. I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay. I have an auto mechanic, or I used to have an auto mechanic. It was a Caucasian man. He was very good at his job. Very good. He was a jackleg. He could actually take a car apart and put that bad boy right back together. This Caucasian man, I'm going to say white man for the time being, he did all this hard work and charged little or nothing. I'm like, I felt so bad about it. I said, man, I can't let you do it. Because the work he was doing, I know if I really went to a garage somewhere or whatever, I mean, I know I would pay hundreds, if not thousands, to get this car repaired. And this man, sometimes he'd be out in the winter, out in the snow, but he still get the job done. I had to pay this guy. But that's the type of relationship I had with him. Now, just because he white, I'm not supposed to allow this man to work on my car. When before I had a black mechanic, the guy didn't know what he was doing, robbed me, charged me for stuff that I didn't need. So just because he black, I'm supposed to just embrace him because he black, because he's an African. But the African is robbing me and the African is incompetent, not even doing the job right. So you make a decision. Which side are you going to go on? Are you going to go on the side of the white man? Or are you going to go on the side of the black man? Well, in this case, let me tell you, I'm going on the side of the white man while I'm passing you by, driving my car, and passing you on the side of the road because your car's still not fixed because this dude is tripping. The black dude is tripping. It's about competence. It's about who's going to get my job done. It's about how can I achieve my goal. Keep thinking this black and white garbage, and you're going to still be sitting right where you're sitting right now. And you will get a reality check. It's not going to be good for you. My lawyer that worked with me on my case when I was incarcerated, female Caucasian lady, very sincere, excellent lawyer. She worked really, really, really hard. On the other side, had a black judge, Negro judge, who just so happened to be married to a Caucasian woman. He was determined to shoot me in the ass with some drugs. Who should I side with in this case? The devil, white woman, she beast? Or should I side with this nigga that want to shoot me in the ass with some drugs? I don't know about you. The hell with that black power, love the Negroes. No, I don't want nothing to do with this cat. I'm going on the side of the white man. Call me a coon, call me a sellout. Guess what? With her help, I got free. You can have that nigga that want to shoot me in the ass with some drugs. Black power family, the African. You can have him. Not interested. When I was incarcerated, who was the main one laughing at me? Now, I told you the story. It was some sisters, some soul sisters did. The main people that was laughing at me was the soul brothers, the black men. They was the ones laughing at me. Oh boy, Negro, you gonna die here. And they hate on me. Here I am, I'm incarcerated, can't go nowhere. I'm talking to a sister trying to get my groove on, you know how you do it, right? And this Negro gonna come to the sister that I'm trying to talk to. You know he crazy and he can get you fired and hating on me. I said I started to punch this dude in the face. And I can get away with it because I am crazy, right? He trying to blow, what they call excuse me, what they call him well, I'm not gonna say the word, but he's blocking my groove here. This Negro. Now on the other side, I had this Caucasian female lady. She was a college student. And she was going to school, taking Black history studies. She found out that I needed law material. She was a law student studying, pre-law, whatever. She brought me law books. Not only did she bring me law books, but she brought me that book by Sister Frances Cress Welsing. I never knew who Frances Cress Welsing was. She gave me the ISIS papers. Also that book that came before Columbus by Ivan Sertima or something like that. And the Willie Lynch papers. She gave me all this kind of stuff. That's what this Caucasian lady done for me. But I'm supposed to hate her, dislike her, because she's a devil and she's a she-beast and she's white. But she's actually helping me achieve my goal to get the hell out of hell. She would go into the meetings where I could not go, and she would listen to them devils talking about me, and she would come back and tell me what they was planning to do to me, and then I could counter what they done or what they was planning on doing to me. I was not getting that type of information from the black, even from some of my soul sisters, because they were scared. They were scared to do that. But this Caucasian woman, she didn't, she stepped up to the plate. Here you go, risking her job. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to just ignore my Caucasian allies? Somebody that can fix my car at a decent price? My defense attorney who willing to fight for me for real? This college student, because they Caucasian, I'm supposed to just say, oh, well, y'all devils and y'all evil, and I don't want your help. A reality check to this mentality is coming to you soon. We must have allies. They have allies. They pay Negroes to come into your organization, to infiltrate your organization, to destroy you. So why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we do the same type of stuff? How come we can't have Caucasian allies or associates or friends, and we can't do the same thing like they do? You're not smart like that. So you're not smart like the teacher of the Karate Kid. You don't know how to, you don't have to, you're so emotional and wrapped up in these teachers. Oh, they the devils, they the enemy. Who's the main one killing us? Who's the main ones keeping us divided? It ain't them. It is us. It's another black Negro face. That's who the culprit is. You need to understand that. I was trying to help this brother in a business. So I decided, I usually work for a certain amount of money, but I'm trying to help the brother out in his business. So I take a wage cut, okay, to help him out. You know what this Negro did? He tried to work me to death. Then he stole my last paycheck, about $500–600 or whatever. But I'm supposed to love him because he black. He's an African. He stole my money, worked me to death, exploited me. But I'm supposed to love him for that, right? You're going to get a reality check here. My ex-wife, a soul sister, a MGT. Praise be to Allah for the honor of Elijah Muhammad. Cigarette smoker, weed smoker, drinker. Got my key to my safe. Stole out, I guess about $300 to $700 from me out of my safe. Then turned around, knowing that I have a past with this crazy stuff on me, call the police and lie to the police and tell the police, he's stalking me, he's stalking me. But that's my sister. She's an African. I'm supposed to say, oh, well, that's all right. You know, she didn't know what she was saying. No, 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 no. Every black face ain't your friend. All these people are not right. Even in the Nation of Islam. I was threatened on 2 occasions. Physical harm on 2 occasions. You're talking about Farrakhan. Gonna try to threaten to cause me physical harm. Look, y'all. I ain't Malcolm. You want to attack me, you better kill me right here on the spot. Because you ain't gonna want to see what I got planned for your ass. You mess with me. That's the bottom line. I'm not Malcolm. It's gonna be a whole different outcome. But these are your brothers and sisters, and y'all off into that. You must understand that a vast majority of these Negroes ain't your friend, they ain't your ally, don't mean nothing because they got a black face. Who the hell with them? You want liberation? you want to change your condition, you must understand, just like the Caucasian people done, that you must have allies, real people that's going to help you to achieve your goal, no matter who they are. During the American Revolution, as many of you history buffs know, America did not have a navy. So they sent Ben Franklin to France as to ask the French to help them. And the French came with their boats and their ships to help fight the British. You must have people outside of yourself. Don't worry about the mass majority of Negroes. They are nothing but slaves. You put yourself in a good position, and they're going to follow behind you anyway, because they ain't nothing but a bunch of slaves. They are going to follow whoever is in power, whoever got the power. That's who they're going to follow and rally around. Because if they don't, you do them just like the slave master had to do them. You whoop their damn ass. They understand that. But in the meantime, anybody that you can find as an ally, regardless to their color, skin color, you need to stop tripping on that skin color garbage, because you're going to find out it don't mean a damn thing. If it was not for my association, my friendships with Caucasian people, I would not be talking to you right now. That's just the bottom line. It taught me a good lesson. Just because a person is a Caucasian person, that don't mean that they're going to cause you harm. There was Caucasian people involved in the Underground Railroad. And y'all keep talking about Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman. It was Caucasian people involved in the Underground Railroad, in the Civil Rights Movement, and in a lot of struggles. Stop telling that lie. They all are devils and they all are bad. That's a lie. It has to be a lie. So you mean to tell me, and I'm going to end my conversation on this note, for y'all Black Power, African, all this garbage that y'all be talking about. You mean to tell me, if you are in a house fire and you can't find your way out, and a Caucasian fireman come in, you're gonna tell the Caucasian fireman, "Oh, that's all right. Just leave me here. You the white devil. You the white beast. I'd rather burn up than get saved by you." You know, if you tell me that, I know that you'll be a damn lie, because nobody wants to die. Many Caucasian firemen have went into houses of soul people and saved many of us from fire. They risked their lives to save our life. They don't have to do a damn thing for you, but they've done it. And you run around here with this crazy, delusional Black Power, all the Black people going to get together. That's a bunch of baloney. Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. It's going to get you nowhere. How far has it gotten you since Garvey with this mentality, this mindset? Matter of fact, if Garvey had allies with Caucasian people, or with Russia or China or something like that, his situation might have turned out a whole lot different. But since he was alone, powerless by himself, that's why I love, well, I'm not going to say love. I'm going to say maybe admire. I admire Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro was on this little island of Cuba. But Fidel Castro made an alliance with Russia. I think he also had a little association with China, also with South America. So when America decided they want to try to make a move on Fidel Castro, they got to be careful, because Fidel Castro got some big brothers. Fidel Castro got Russia on his side, and he got South America on his side. Very smart on the part of Fidel Castro. Y'all not smart at all. You think you can just Black power, you're going to do all this by yourself. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Matter of fact, if we had Caucasian people on our side, it would make it easier to unify soul brothers and sisters. Because if Massa, some part of Massa approve of us, they will come, they will, okay, this might work. Because Massa is a part of it. You got to use some kind of wisdom in this situation. Otherwise, you will die. If it was not for me thinking differently, I would not be talking to you right now. Chances are I'll be gray-headed, be sick, and they would be happy to put me in a grave. That was my destiny. If I kept the same mindset, the same mentality that I had when I first went into the nut house, and indeed I was crazy, but not in the way they was trying to make me, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd be dead as a doorknob, or for real out of my mind. We need to get out of this mentality. We need to change our mindset and start looking at things differently, because clearly all this stuff that y'all foam at the mouth, it's not working, and it's not going to work because it's not realistic. It's not realistic at all. And I know for a fact what will work, because as far as an individual, it worked for me. And I know it can work for us. You have to use a little wisdom. You have to start thinking smart. We're not thinking smart. We're not thinking with intelligence. We're thinking with tunnel vision. We can only do it this way. Pro-black, pro-black. You still pro-black, but be pro-smart. Use your brain. If they can use us against us, why can't we use them against them? Stop being so damn silly. Open up your mind to different possibilities. When you are at war, you have to be creative. See, you have to be smart. Sometimes you have to throw the enemy off. Say you're going to do one thing, but do something else. So he's preparing, oh, I see what they're going to do. See, but no, I'm doing something else that you have no idea. You have to be smart in things. Use your brain, be intelligent. The same way we play basketball or we box or martial arts, it's a strategy. The one who is most creative, the one with the best strategy, chances are they will win the fight. You're not winning the fight because you're not using your brain. You're not using the best strategy. You're locked on some nonsense that has no place in this reality. And again, that reality check is going to come. We need to get ourselves together, soul brothers and sisters, because if we don't, we might find ourselves in a mass grave. Life can change overnight. You may not think so. Anything can happen. And I'm going to say this before I close. On that note, you could wake up one day and your dollar bill ain't worth nothing. All them thousands of dollars, all those millions of dollars you have in the bank, you could wake up one day and the TV will report the American dollar is worth nothing. You may not believe that can happen, but it can. It has happened to nations before. What makes you think that you live in a nation it can't happen to? We have to think differently. You have to look out for yourself. We have to concentrate on the what ifs and be prepared for the what ifs. If you're not, life is going to be very, very hard. And the Bible teaches that the day is coming when you will wish for death. Listen, the Bible teaches a day is coming when you will wish for death, and death will not come. Woo, that's hella. You want to die, but can't die. Ain't that something? Because you're going to get it. You're going to suffer what you earn. You're not going to get out of it by death. You're going to pay for what you have done. Keep thinking crazy like y'all do. So call me Uncle Tom. Call me a coon. Call me however you want to call me. An integrationist, which that's a lie. I'm not talking about no damn integration. I'm talking about playing it smart. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about survival on the real. I'm leaving all that nonsense, black power, all the Africans, the Pan-African, it's nonsense. Not going to work, has not worked, and will never work. That's just the bottom line. That's the reality of it. Keep doing it. See how far it gets you as you drop down into a mass grave. Hopefully, we have not gotten to the point of no return. So we need to change. We need to act better now. I'm telling you now. All right, don't listen. All right, okay. I'm a cool sellout, whatever. But I know one thing for sure. It worked for me. That's why I'm able to talk to us. You have to change your mindset and stop tripping these delusional teaching stuff that we've got. Better leave that stuff alone. I'm telling you. That stuff really has made us insane. With that said, thank you for listening. I'm going to try to get a little rest and perhaps come back and speak with us tomorrow on Christmas Day. I don't want to disturb your Christmas because I know that you got your presents and eating ham and turkey or whatever. You know, you celebrating this guy, you know, Jesus, whatever. I mean, it's all good. And maybe I might be able to have 2 talks tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, I'll probably try to bring us another message. But we have to open up our minds to new possibility, new way of thinking, and stop being this tunnel vision thing we got. You need to change. I'm telling you. Okay, don't change. It's all right. But as important, like Don Cornelius always say, I wish us love, peace, and